Welcome, everybody. It's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adoornments Decor. I'm live with you all today to reveal what was in our latest big box of blanks. If you have not heard, we have a quarterly subscription box that goes out 4 times a year, and each box contains 3 projects that you can sit and paint at home. Follow the video tutorial and the lesson and complete a door hanger. And so if you're a subscriber, you're going to have a year's worth, after a year of subscribing, you're going to have a whole year's worth of door hangers to hang up on your door and display. And there's a lot of reasons to be a part of this subscription. It's convenient. It's fun. It's a no-brainer. You're getting 3 projects, but you're also getting tutorials with them. So a lot of you guys may have purchased our wood blanks in our shop before, or purchased from us on Whatnot. Maybe you've been following along with my live tutorials that I do on Tuesdays and things like that. But you're like, I just need a project that's like right in front of me that I can follow the lesson and not have to think about, okay, what color do I use? What brush do I use next? How do I, where do I even start? If that is a problem for you and you have a hard time figuring out how to get going on a project, this is the perfect box for you because it's going to walk you through everything step by step. If you were to just buy any one of these wood blanks in our shop, it wouldn't come with that supply list or that video tutorial. And so everything is packaged and convenient for you in our big box of blanks. I would love it if all of our big box of blanks subscribers could drop a comment, say, I'm a BBB or something like that. Just drop a comment and say, that's me, or BBB or something like that. If you comment BBB, I think it's going to send you a message for where you can sign up for Big Box of Blanks. So if you say that, just be aware you might get a message. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Linda. Hello, Barbara. Janet's here. Rachel's here. Good morning, Kathy and Sheila. Charlie's popping in to say hi.
Hello.
We just got home from SA Live this week. We got home yesterday. Have you unpacked your suitcase yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you finish all your projects from SA Live yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Which ones do you have to finish?
The Rising Project and the Santa Claus project.
The Santa Claus needs finishing, and you didn't finish Cindy's resin project. So I told her we'd probably sit down and do Cindy's project together sometime. Linda says, hey, Charlie.
Hey.
Judy says, I love my big box of blanks.
Good
Wanda
morning.
says she's a big box of blanks subscriber. Lisa's a subscriber. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome. I hope you all had safe travels back from SA Live. We're fixing to show them what's in our big box of blanks.
Ooh.
So this is the final box that goes out for this year, 2025, because we send out one box every quarter. So the first box goes out January 1st, second box April 1st, third box July 1st, and then fourth box went out October 1st, right before we left for SA Live. So this is the first time you guys are getting a public look at what was in this box. A couple things about this. It is $75 per box. It comes with 3 door hangers. Each door hanger, you going in your room?
Yeah.
Tell them bye.
Bye.
Each box comes with a supply list with a video tutorial linked inside. And it just makes it so nice and convenient. How many of you guys cut your own blanks, but never cut one for yourself to paint? Like, if you're cutting it, you're probably cutting it for a paint party or a gift for somebody, or a custom order for somebody, but maybe you never cut something that's just for you to hang on your own front door. I know this to be true because I'm one of those people. For years, I was painting for everybody else except me. I was cutting out blanks for everybody else except me. And then I would walk by my own front door and I'm like, how is my door blank? I paint door hangers for a living and I don't have anything on my door because I've been too busy fulfilling orders, teaching paint parties, and not doing anything for myself. I know you guys are out there. I know a lot of you guys are just like that. Now, some of you, maybe you don't cut your own wood blanks. Maybe you have to order them from our shop or pick them up at the local Hobby Lobby, and you do this as a hobby. Maybe you don't have like a business selling door hangers or anything like that, and you just need something that feels easy, that feels doable, that you can open the box and just sit down to enjoy the painting process. A lot of you guys are like that as well. I've got a few different photos I'm going to show you here in just a moment. We're going to crack this box open and show you what's inside of it. So spoiler alert, if you got the big box of blanks and haven't opened it yet, this is your final warning. We're getting ready to crack open the box and you're going to see what's inside. The other thing is it's so fun to get a little surprise in the mail, isn't it? Something that you didn't have to pick out. I handpicked each design that's in this box. They are past tried and true favorites, ones that I know were bestsellers, or I just had a personal love for those, or they were like a hit. And so I'll go through and pick those out, and then I'll grab the tutorial from them and package it for you so that it's really convenient when you get it. You can just sit down and paint. Wendy said, I got mine last week. Haven't opened it yet. Okay, spoiler alert, Wendy, we're getting ready to open it. Kathy says, I currently order mine from you. I love them all. Cindy got hers last week. Crystal said, I order them and I'm getting ready for my first craft show. Lisa said, just for me, and I love them. A lot of you guys have told me that this is like the gift that you buy yourself because, it allows you to have some me time to sit down and, just feel the joy of painting without having to worry about all the other decisions that have to be made. What brush to use, what paint colors to buy, all of that. It's all packaged for you. Any questions before we get started? Okay. Wendy says she's ready. She knows we're going to reveal. All right. I'm going to open the box, show the blank, and then I have slides so that you can see what they look like painted because the ones in this box are not painted. You haven't unwrapped them yet, Barbara? You've probably been at SA Live and been too busy. Cindy says, I love my big box of blanks so much. How many of you guys saved the paper that comes in these? This makes great, like to lay out on your dining room table and paint on as like a surface protector. Okay. They also come kind of heat shrinked or shrink wrapped together. So you'll have to cut the wrap off. I will say each box now comes with at least one project that has 3D pieces. So because of that, and we started that this year, but when we started that, we never increased the price. So starting in 2026, because that is something we want to continue and be able to do for you all, the price for new subscribers, not those of you who are already subscribers, the price for new subscribers will be $85 in 2026. So if you haven't signed up yet, now is the time to do so because you can lock in the current price of $75 a quarter. That makes it just $25 per door hanger, which is cheaper than a door hanger in our shop. Okay, I'm going to pull out the first one, which is the one that is supposed to be like painted and hung up for November, Thanksgiving. And that would be the Give Thanks on Shiplap. So you can see it's got the laser etched lines. It says the word Give Thanks. Even the shiplap lines are lasered on here for you. So you don't have to figure out how to get get your ruler straight. You don't have to measure any of that. Now, if you look at this and you're like, but Tamara, there's no way I could paint inside of all those lines. Don't you worry. I don't either. I paint over the lines and then you can still see the lines through the paint. So if you're a paint by numbers girl or you're maybe a perfectionist and a little worried about getting outside the lines, don't worry. These are there as a guide. They're not there to imprison you. Okay. So when you follow my tutorial, I'm going to show you like paint this whole area tan. Yes. Paint over the words. It's okay. You'll be able to see them later. And then we're going to add in the stripes and then we'll do the lettering and all that. So I walk you through it step by step. We start at the background and work our way forward. The details are the last thing we add. Hey, Damon. Yes, my event was awesome. We just got home on yesterday from it and we've started unpacking already. And of course, I've gone right into launching the big box of blanks. So this is our final box for 2025 and it's got 3 projects in here. So the other thing you're going to get, you've got this piece. There's 2 more pieces in here I'm going to show you, but there's also paper inserts and these paper inserts have your instructions on them. So let me pull one out and then I'll show you what this one looks like painted. So these are really nice. They come with the photo of the finished piece on the front there. And then it also comes with your supplies you're going to need, your paint colors, and on the back, it's written instructions. Step 1, use the toffee color and paint the stripes. I told you wrong. I didn't paint the whole background. I just painted the toffee stripes and then I painted the blue stripes. So it walked you if you're more of a, like, you like to read to follow instructions, you can use this. This is also great to save. If you're teaching paint parties, you can reuse these instructions at your paint parties to teach. Crystal said, I painted that one last week. Jamie said, I so want to order the big box of blanks. I haven't gotten around to it yet. Don't wait, Jamie. The price is going up in 2026. Actually, the price is going up, I think, at the end of this month, but that would be for 2026 subscribers. So if you want to lock in the $75 price, now is the time to sign up. So this is what this one looks like, all painted up. And so I really love the contrast of the blue and orange. They're complementary colors. And this one's kind of unique. It's going to look a little different. If the blue and orange throws you off at all and you're not feeling that, feel free to change up the background color. Or, you know, you could leave the blue out. You could do a white shiplap background. You could do all tan and do some dry brushing. Feel free to make it your own. But if you're a little intimidated to choose paint colors and how to get started, just follow the instructions and make minimal changes. You know, if you don't like the blue, make a minimal change and choose a color that, you know, is going to be soft and not going to be too intimidating. Kathy says, how do you sign up? You can comment BBB. You can also click the link up in the video description. I'm going to grab it and drop it in the comments for you so that you can find it easily as well. Here's the link right here. You couldn't find the toffee. If you don't have toffee, burlap is a good color, and fawn. Fawn is another really good one that is very similar to toffee. What questions do you guys have? Let's go ahead and let me set this to the side. You guys have seen the inserts. It comes with 3 inserts, 1 for each project. So let's show you project number 2. And then I wanted to pin that link in the comments real quick. So let me do that real fast, please. Hold, please. How do I get over there? It's not going to make it easy on me, I guess. Here we go. Well, I thought I could, but I can't. I can't do it on my computer, I think. Deborah says, I can't wait to get mine. It got lost in the mail, but your customer service team is on it. Aren't they amazing? Our customer service is so good. They help all of you guys find your missing packages, get replacement pieces if something gets broken in the mail. They're just so good to take care of all of you all. I'm so grateful for them. And they were also at SA Live this past week, and they worked the vendor booth checkout and took care of a lot of you there as well. And we shipped 58 packages home to you guys. Okay, I found it. I'm going to pin it now. There we go. Now the link is pinned for you. Okay, moving right along. Inside the box, project number 2 is this cute little Christmas tree. So you can paint this one and hang it up for Christmas in, in December. And the way I painted this one on Facebook Live, and you don't have to do this, is I added names to each of the ornaments. Of course, you don't have to do that. You could customize the ornaments and do patterns on them. You could just do glitter. I did bright colors and glitter, and then I put the names of our family members on them. You could put your name on the pot down below, or you could leave that blank. So that one is also another one you could really customize. If these types of colors aren't your, maybe your style for Christmas, feel free to do whatever colors, suit your fancy. Tell me, okay, let's ask in the comments, what is your color scheme for Christmas? Usually mine is like red, green, like a little bit of silver or white. And sometimes I do black and white. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes, and I don't mean all black and white, but usually sometimes I'll do, instead of like red and white or red and silver, I'll do red and black and white. But I'll also have like all of the ornaments my kids have ever made me on the tree. So even though I kind of have a little bit of a color scheme going, we don't stick to that 100%. Delane says she uses farmhouse colors. Yep, Corey, your name's on that tree. Lorraine goes with traditional sage green and ivory. You could totally paint this tree with those colors. That would work. Delane, if you were to do this in farmhouse colors, you could do the tree in like a softer muted green, kind of like avocado green or something. And then you could do like deeper red ornaments or Stuff like that kind of makes it feel a little bit more primitive, a little more farmhouse, a little less like bright and whimsical. So these could totally be changed up. Thank y'all for bragging on customer service. Somebody said I had 58 packs in one pack. Wow. Okay, let's see. Moving right along, the last project in the box, and this is going to take me a second to gather all the 3D pieces for this one. And actually, I might ought to turn on my overhead camera so you can see it, because if I hold it up, all these little pieces are going to slide off. This one has 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 3D pieces. And I really wasn't thinking about how difficult that would make packing these boxes when it came time to pack them. And ironically, we were in such a hurry to get these out before SA Live that I ended up having to help pack these boxes this time. And so it bit me in the butt. And as we were packing them, I was like, what was I thinking? Look at all these pieces. It was a lot. But this is probably one of my favorite projects we've ever put in the big box of blanks. I'm moving everything out of the way so that I can hook up my overhead camera for you so you can see this from the top down. There we go. Let me add it. Because I'm afraid it'll all slide off if I try to hold it up. Okay, let me angle the camera a little better. There we go. All right, so this shows you what's in that box, or what's in the 3D one for this month. So this is the snowman wreath design. It's got a big bow up here, and it has 10 berries, like holly berries, all around the design. It's got this cute little holly berry and leaf on his hat. His eyes are 3D, and then his little carrot nose is 3D. So all of these pieces come with this project. Now, when I painted this one originally, it was not 3D. It was just all flat, but I've been putting at least one design in every box that's 3D. So if it originally wasn't a 3D design, I am picking elements and making them 3D because I know y'all love the 3D door hangers. And so it's painted like this in my slide here. But imagine that nose, that holly berry, the eyes, and all the berries around being 3D. And it really takes this one to a whole nother level. Ryan says, I was so excited when I opened this one up. It was funny because in the box, all these 3D pieces were kind of like most of them. It depends on which box you got and who packed it. We put them in here. So some of you were probably like, what are all these dots? And then you had to figure out where to put them. Lynn says, I love that artist sign behind you. Christy at SA Live made this for me. Isn't that beautiful? They're little chip brushes. And she's got letters on there that spell out artist. And so, yeah, she made this for me. Isn't it beautiful? And it's in my colors. So I had to put it up here, of course. Nancy says, I can't wait to start it. I'm even wondering if I can do something fun to make it reversible. Oh, Nancy, let's brainstorm real quick. If you were to flip this design, what could we put on the other side? We could do a bunny, like an Easter bunny. This could be the bottom of the bunny's head. The bunny's ears could be kind of like one of them could be poking out of the hat. The other one could be kind of hanging down here to the side. The bunny could be wearing a hat is what I'm trying to say. It could also be a leprechaun. What other ideas do you guys have? You could do it for like St. Patrick's Day, and this could be a leprechaun. I love thinking about ways to like flip a design and make it something completely different on the other side. Stacy says, I painted all 3 of these on Saturday while listening to all the festivities going on at SA Live. Can we say obsessed? Stacy, it sounds like you were a virtual attendee to SA Live, but didn't get the virtual kit. So I love that you took that opportunity to paint all of your big box of blanks design and just listen to what was going on in the room and have a great time. So it's like you weren't painting alone. Shannon says, if I join today, do I get these door hangers? Yes. So right now, this box is the one that is currently shipping. So if you sign up today, you are going to get all 3 to include this snowman in the box. So you can sign up now at the link below or comment BBB and it'll send it to you through Messenger. But the price is going up at the end of this month for 2026 subscribers. So you want to lock in the $75 a quarter price right now. It is a recurring payment. You'll be billed on the 15th of each month before. So the next payment won't come out till December 15th. That'll be for the January 1st box. March 15th for the April 1st box, June 15th for the July box, and then September 15th. So if you need to put that on your calendar, that's when it will bill each month. December, March, June, and September 15th. It could be Uncle Sam for the 4th of July. Yes, love that. Kathy said she just signed up. Lisa said, I put my mini pieces in a Ziploc bag so they don't get misplaced. That's smart. Yeah, because all these little dudes, these little bitty things will roll off your desk and disappear. Any other questions? While you are thinking about this, I want to tell you a story about one of our subscribers, Janet Hunter. She was at SA Live, actually. And I've shared her story on here before, but for those who haven't heard it, Janet has a granddaughter who lives all the way across the country, 2,000 miles away from her. And y'all know, as a mother or a grandmother, it is so hard when your kids don't live near you and you want to feel close to them. You want to have quality time with them. And how do you do that from 2,000 miles away? Yes, you could FaceTime. Yes, you could talk on the phone, but that's probably going to last 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 30 minutes if you have a lot to say. But how do you get quality time together where you can feel like you're enjoying an activity together? Janet figured that out. She subscribed to Big Box of Blanks and got 2 boxes. One ships to her in Texas. The other ships to her granddaughter who lives in, was it Oregon or Washington? I don't know if it says in this little post. And if Janet's on here, maybe she can tell us. But it's like up in the northwest, 2,000 miles away from Texas. So the second box ships to her granddaughter all the way up there. And they get on Zoom together and they sit down and paint these Washington. There's Janet. She's watching from YouTube. Janet's granddaughter lives up in Washington, and they sit down and they paint these together. And so I have lots of photos. I didn't save them for this slide, but I have lots of photos in the Painters Clubhouse of both Janet and her granddaughter holding up their photo of their painted door hangers and smiling. And it's just so cool to me that they have something they can sit down and do together, even though they're separated 2,000 miles apart. So think about like when you're on the phone with your kids or your grandkids, it's usually like, what's everybody up to right now? And you're sharing like what's going on in your lives. And yeah, you may talk for 20, 30 minutes, but like, I love to imagine that Janet and her granddaughter have some really quality conversations while they're sitting there and painting for a couple of hours on a Zoom call. And they're really just talking about what's going on at, with her granddaughter at school, or what's the latest project that Janet has done or whatever. And so they're able to like connect on a deeper level because they have something to do while they're talking. I just think that is just so special. So thank you, Janet, for sharing your story with me and for continuing to paint with your granddaughter across the miles. Deborah says, this makes me cry every time. I know it's about to make me emotional thinking about it. Like, I'm not going to get emotional, but how special would it have been for you if you could have painted with your grandmother? My great-grandmother was a painter, and she died when I was really young. I was probably in grade school, and I probably did paint with her. I know I crafted with her, but I don't think we painted. She taught me a lot of things. She taught me how to do a little bit of cooking. She taught me how to tell time. I've told that story before. But I have other grandmothers who, weren't great grandmothers, but I would love to have time to just sit down and spend 2 hours with them. And so if you have a child like that or a grandchild that lives across the miles, consider doing this with them. Even if it's not the Big Box of Blanks, consider getting a door hanger and like sending one to her, and then you sit down and paint one and do this together. It's so special. Yes, Kim says this is so sweet and special. Joey says, is it a flat fee of $75, which includes tax and shipping? No, shipping is $10.99 flat rate on top of the $75. Hey, Tammy, we're talking about the Big Box of Blanks. We just revealed everything that's in the latest box, which I'm going to show you in just a moment again. And if you sign up right now, you get this exact box, and you can lock in the $75 a quarter price because it's going up to $85 in 2026. Donna says that's a great idea. My one and only granddaughter that she's 10, I guess. She lives 1,800 miles away. I'll have to see if that would work out for us. I think that could be really special. She might, if she's 10, she might need a little bit of assistance from mom to get everything set up, make sure she's got everything ready. But I think that could be really, really special for the two of you. Okay. And then one other thing I wanted to share with you all, Teresa Clever. Yes, that's how you say her name. I was trying to remember. Teresa said, I just love my big box of blanks. It is a treat for myself. Y'all was talking about earlier how a lot of people treat themselves with this. She said, I don't have to cut. I don't have to sand. I don't have to even use graphite paper. I can just sit down and enjoy the painting part of this. And it's so much fun. The photos shown here are from a previous big box of blanks, I think from a year or two ago. So every quarter it's 3 new designs and they're all seasonally timed. So like I said, the current box has a design for Thanksgiving. It's got a design for Christmas and then like a winter design for after Christmas. So if you don't want this that snowman one to look as Christmassy with the red bow, you could change the red bow to a blue or a wintry blue or something like that, or gold, whatever you want to do that would make it feel a little more wintry for you instead of Christmassy. And so the box that goes out after this one will ship January 1st. That box will have Valentine's, spring, and Easter in it. And so I love that box. It always gets me excited because y'all know in the middle of winter, it's like, everything feels lackluster. The colors are missing unless you live in Florida. Everything is like gray and it's like, we need some color back in our lives. And I look forward to spring painting so much after the winter. So, if you lock in your price now, you can get it for $75. And then when we ship that 2026 box, your price will not go up and you'll be getting stuff to paint for spring. Okay, what questions do we have? Nancy said, my grandma did all the crafty things. I have so many of her projects. I already include my grandsons in the projects. Come finger paint. I love that. Lisa loves that cardinal that was in that previous box. Janet says, my granddaughter is planning on coming to SA Live in the Smokies. She said, I think I've got her hooked on painting. How special. Y'all have been painting together every quarter for, I don't know, over a year now, Janet? And now you're getting her to fly across the country to come and hang out with you in Tennessee next year at the Smokies and paint with you in person. So it's like everything is culminating. It's coming together and you're getting to do this together. And it's building such special memories. Janet, I know as a granddaughter, this is so special to her. And she may not even realize it now. But when she's my age, she will look back and think, I have so many good memories of painting with my grandmother. I don't know what does she call you, Janet? Does she call you Nana or Grandma, or what does she call you? She's going to look back years from now and think those memories are so special to her because she's going to remember sitting down and painting with you. And she's going to remember traveling to a painting conference with you. And it's just, she may not even realize it right now, but it's going to be some of her most cherished memories. Teresa says, I still love my big box of blanks. Janet says it has been over a year. Nancy agrees that bow would be beautiful in gold. I think so too. I also think you could add some gold to that Christmas tree design too, especially if you were making it more traditional. Daya says, I'm signed up for the big box of blanks. I love you, Southern Adoornments. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. She's been showing up on our whatnot sales and all the things. I think you also joined Painters Clubhouse, didn't you? Margarita says, I love the big box of blanks. The surprise is the best. So we talked about how for some people, it's like a surprise. You don't know what you're getting, but that it feels like a gift to you. So I have hand selected each design that goes in these boxes. And we do take a lot of thought. I'm currently picking out and planning out what's going to be in that 2026 box. And actually, I'm considering, let me know what y'all think about this idea. I'm considering making one design in each box, a design I haven't painted before. Not a new design necessarily, but choosing one from a past release that I haven't painted yet. So let me know if you like that idea. Because and the way I would choose this is I would probably look at like, okay, what were the 10 designs that released that month and which one was the best seller? And did I paint that one live? If I didn't, then I could paint that one, like pre-record a video and put it in the big box of blanks. Maybe I did paint it live. So then I would choose the second top favorite, if it was one that I did paint live or something like that. I don't know. I'm considering doing something like that and like because there were so many great designs released over the last year that I haven't had a chance to paint yet. And I'm like, ooh, if I included one newly painted design in the box each month, that could be really special. Crystal says that's a great idea. Raynette says, I just signed up. I'm so excited. Nancy thinks that's a super cool idea because in the past, like for the past 3 years, every big box of blanks is a design that I've already painted. And it's like a tried and true favorite from past years. But this might be me injecting a design y'all haven't seen me paint yet. Not a new design that's not been released yet, but one we released, but I didn't get a chance to paint. You love that idea? Okay. Well, y'all can thank Lauren Martin for that idea. She was like, what do you think about? And I was like, if I can find the time to paint them, yes, I will. Which I am fixing to have some downtime in December. Things slow down a lot. So I could take a day and like paint designs for future big box of blanks. So y'all like that idea? Okay, good. Maybe we'll do that. Any other questions? Lisa says, all 3 of my grandkids paint with me every chance we get. We did Lola this summer. That is so special. You're coming to the Smokies, Daya. We haven't even really had a chance to talk about SA Live. So if there's no other questions about Big Box of Blanks, I'm going to spend a moment or two talking about SA Live. But if you're ready to join the Big Box of Blanks and get your supply lists and your box in the mail, you can get all 3 of these designs that we just showed right now by signing up. And the price goes up at the end of this month. So you've got to sign up and get in your $75 price because you're getting all 3 of these blanks, the video tutorials and the supply list all in one box. And it only goes out 4 times a year. So this is not something that you're going to get every single month. You're only going to get it once a quarter. So each season, you're going to get a new one. January 1st, April 1st, July 1st, October 1st. That's the days that the big box of blanks ship throughout the year. So it's only 4 boxes a year. But at the end of the year, you'll have 12 door hangers that you can gift to somebody. You can hang up on your door. Maybe if you're currently using the one you painted last year, you could take that one down and gift it to somebody and hang up your new one. Lauren says, you're right. There are so many good designs. Sign up now by commenting BBB or click the link that is pinned below. All right, now back to SA Live. Cassie says, I'm so glad it's going back to the Smokies. There was, she said we were there in 2024 and a plan to come back in 2026. So at SA Live, I announced that we are going to be returning to the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee for 2026. The dates are October 9th and 10th. Hold on just a second. Let me grab the slides. I may have to use the powwow slides for this, because I have this saved. Here we are. So we're going, hang on. There it is. Let me take my camera off of there. We're going back to the Smoky Mountains. We were there in 2024, and then we came back to the beach. And so our plan now is to go from the beach to the mountains every other year. So if it's an evenly numbered year, 2024, 2026, 2028, the plan is to be in the mountains. On the oddly numbered years, 2023, 2025, 2027, will be at the beach in Destin. So this gives us the best of both worlds. We can hang out at the beach every other year and hang out at the mountains every other year. It's going to make it easier for us to plan these events and to know where we're going, what we're doing, all the things. Because y'all, I think y'all have no idea. You have no idea how hard it is to plan an event like this. But then you add on the layer of difficulty of planning it at a new location every time. There's so many new things we have to figure out. So by having it at the same location every other year, it makes planning these a breeze. And I can say that with a surety because this year we went back to Destin, Florida. We were there in 2023. And y'all, the setup went flawlessly. My team was like a well-oiled machine. We'd done it before. We'd been there before. We knew what to do. We had it all set up in 6 hours. And then we had it all tore down in about 2 hours. It was mind-blowing how much easier it was going back to the original location. So knowing that we're going back to the mountains in 2026 makes this so much easier for me on the planning aspect. But I think it's also going to make this easier for you guys on the travel aspect. Drop a comment and let me know if you agree on this. Because if you went back in 2024 to the mountains, you probably know whether you want to stay at the hotel again this time, or if you want to get a cabin with some friends that you traveled with last time. You know, if you want to get an Airbnb or rent out a cabin, that would be a really fun way to up-level your experience, to stay with people that you've traveled with before or friends you met last time, or to bring your family and have your family stay with you in a cabin. So it's going to make the logistics of planning these trips every other year easier. And if you know you can't come to the mountains, but you're like, I love going to the beach, I can travel to the beach, then you know you're going to go to SA Live every other year because we'll have it in Destin again in 2027. You'll be able to plan your family vacation around it if that's more feasible for you. Because I know going on these trips is not cheap for people. And you may feel guilty spending this kind of money on yourself to go on a trip. But if you can plan a family vacation around it, then you're not the only one benefiting, right? Joanne says, I agree. It's only 3 hours away from me. Cassie agrees. Vicky agrees. Christy says, I'd rather go to the mountains than the beach. I said what I said. Christy says that. Christy, you say that because you only live like 3 hours from the beach. So it's nothing for you to be able to go to the beach if you want to. My kids are always like, well, why don't we just live at the beach if we love the beach so much? And I'm like, because if we lived at the beach, we'd never go to the beach. You always take for granted what you like have closest to you. For example, Kentucky Lake is right here. And I once heard somebody say that their family travels down and stays in an RV park here in Kentucky Lake, like for vacation. I'm like, why? And it's because I live at Kentucky Lake. So it's like 15 minutes from my house. Why would you go there for vacation? Nancy wants to come to Kentucky. I am having a smaller event in Kentucky in July next year. It's for our Painters Clubhouse members. And so it's probably going to be more like 75 people, much smaller event, but it's going to be right here in our shop. We'll announce ticket sales for that in February to the Painters Clubhouse. Margarita agrees. It makes planning everything so much easier. Dia said, it sounds great. I'm excited about going to the mountains. I live in Florida, so 1 year is a travel trip and one is close to home. I love that that makes that easy for you. Lisa has already bought her ticket. If you guys haven't gotten a ticket yet, I guess I could drop the ticket link for you. Wouldn't that make things easier? So the pay in full price is $547. And y'all, this is saving you $200 off the full pay in full price. So if you wait and tickets don't sell out by like May, the price is going to be $747. But if you go ahead and purchase now, you can save up to $200 off pay in full, $100 off the payment plan. So, and that deal expires this Sunday, October 12th at midnight. Lisa's going to SA Live. Lisa, is it really your first time? I feel like we've met in person already. Did you come to another event? Brenda says the Smokies is closer for me than the beach, but I love the beach. Christy loves the beach environment, but she hates the sand. All right. Well, if you want to grab your ticket now, screenshot this, or you can comment SA Live, that like short phrase, SA Live, and it will send you a link to go and sign up now, and you can grab your ticket. We have already sold more than half of the tickets for next year. Matter of fact, we had VIP spots, and those sold out within the first few hours. So, yeah, I would love it if this event sells out pretty quickly this year. But if you want to save the most, you got to buy by Sunday at midnight. And some of you may be like, wait a minute, what if something comes up between now and then? You can resell your ticket. So if something comes up and you're not able to come, you can post about your ticket in one of our Facebook groups or here on our page in the comments, and you'll be able to sell your ticket and transfer it to someone else. We had lots of people doing that during the final month or two leading up to the event. And so there were a lot of you who snuck in under the radar who got a ticket from somebody who had to transfer it. Alternatively, if you have to switch to virtual, that's an option as well. And we can mail you the virtual kit if you have to switch to virtual. What you doing, baby? Charlie just came in. She put a sticker on my
it's
mouse.
It's like the type of sticker where you
painted
can
it.
color.
Yeah, it's a colored sticker. You colored it. Great job.
Yeah.
Vicky says, that's amazing about the ticket sales. I'm so glad I bought mine right away. Joy says, where'd you say we're staying in the Smokies? It's going to be at the Wilderness at the Smokies. That's a big resort. And the Sevierville Convention Center is on the hill behind that resort. So it's all connected. You can, like, if you're staying at the Wilderness at the Smokies, you can get to everything by shuttle. We haven't like gotten the room block link sent out yet. So you can't book your hotel yet, but you can go ahead and grab your SA Live ticket. Lorraine, you email customer service. They might be able to help you with that. info@southernadornmentsdecor.com. Amy's a first timer. She got her ticket. Darla's got hers. Wonderful. Any other questions? Cassie says, will the payment plan be available after the 12th? Yes, but you won't be saving $100 off the payment plan after the 12th. So that's the difference. Is after the 12th, the tickets will still be available if they haven't sold out, but you won't be saving $200 off the pay in full and $100 off the payment plan. Vicky says, that's amazing about the ticket sales. I'm glad I bought mine right away. Oh, I already read that. All right, y'all, I'm going to wrap it up. If you haven't joined the Big Box of Blanks yet, you can grab your box now by commenting BBB. You can grab your ticket to SA Live by commenting SA Live. I hope to see you in the Smokies next year. And we already have some of these Big Box of Blanks. I don't think I said that right. We already have some of these boxes ready to ship now. So if you sign up now, yours will ship today. Joy says, do you get a discount at the Wilderness? Yeah, we will have a room block where you'll get a discount. So don't book until we have that room block secured. Do you know the approximate price of the hotel? I would like to be able to tell you, but I bet the price is different because my brain is thinking about the price for 2024, and this will be 2026. You know, hotels, they change things so much. It's probably in the $200 a night range, and that's for a resort. It's got an indoor water park. It's got an outdoor water park, although in October. Can you go? Does anybody know, is the outdoor water park open in October? The last time we were there in November and it was shut down, but I don't know what time of year the outdoor water park closes. I would think it would be closing, but I don't really know. Also, we're not going to Dollywood as a group this year. Last year we had like a welcome night event. We're not going to do that for 2026, but I do recommend you scheduling yourself a trip to go to Dollywood because they have the big October pumpkin fest. I don't know what Dolly calls it, but it's like a big pumpkin festival at Dollywood in October. And there's pumpkins everywhere and lights and jack-o'-lanterns, and it's the coolest experience. So I highly recommend visiting Dollywood while you're there. You bet they're only open on the weekends. Okay, I'll have to look into that. I'm not quite sure. All right, y'all. I'll see some of you in the Clubhouse powwow in just a couple minutes. Bye.